Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the second of our January Wellness series. I don't know if it's just me, but January really is flying by before my eyes. And, you know, if you're like me, you look down at your to do list and think, oh, goodness, that's a little bit of stress in my life. But luckily, we're joined today by Elizabeth from Flow Studios, who's going to take us through some exercise this morning that might help us in those moments. We are so thankful to have Elizabeth with us. And that's all down to our fantastic sponsors at VANRATH. So we really are so thankful for the support that VANRATH provide us and allow us to have the opportunities. So for now, I'll hand you over to Elizabeth to get stuck in and hope you enjoy this morning's session.
Good morning, everybody. How are you? I know January is a really big month for you all, so I'm so proud that you're taking some time out just to look after yourself. Again, we'll just be going through some very, very simple exercises that you can do at your desk and some very simple things that we can do to keep our mind open, bright, and healthy. But first, a big thank you for the Chartered Accountants for having me, and a big, big thank you to VANRATH for sponsoring this event. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Elizabeth. I'm a workplace wellness and mindset consultant, and I'm so happy to be sharing with you. Because really, it is very simple. A lot of this stuff that you can do all the time, it's just remembering to take a little tiny bit of space so that you can look after your body and look after your mind. So today we're talking about stress. Yay! Definitely part of our life. And it's going to be definitely part of anybody's life who is ambitious, who is working. So consider your stress really part of your success in some ways. It's just how we manage it. So we're going to start by doing just a few simple things to open up the spine, especially, and then we'll look at how to create a little bit of space in your mind when you are feeling overwhelmed. Recognize that? I certainly do. So let's just start. So friends, you can always take a moment out just to look after the body. If you're feeling heavy or tired or stiff, it's really hard to get a good flow in your mind and get energy moving if the body's feeling stiff. So I'm going to show you a few things, but just remember that you can always move a little bit and do anything really that helps you feel better, that loosens things up. So remember first just to trust your own instinct to open the body. Okay, but here's a few suggestions anyway. So starting by feeling your sits bones in your chair, and then using that to sit up tall and sit up proud. So already creating that space right through the vertebrae and right through the crown of your head. All right. And we're just going to work on opening the 6 directions of the spine. Okay. So forward and back, side to side, twist, twist. Yeah. Sounds simple enough. Here we go. So bring your hands to your knees, or if you prefer, you can bring your hands onto your desk if you've got space on it. And start with a breath in as you lift up your heart. Lift your eyes, let the shoulders slide onto the back, opening your throat, opening the sternum. This is a perfect stretch and an antidote for text head or screen head. Yeah, recognize that? So take a big breath in, press the heart forward, and then gently release. I'm still holding onto my knees, looking right into your belly button. Head is heavy, heart is heavy. Let that head hang. Try it again. So inhale, lift the heart, lift the eyes, let the shoulders slide onto the back, opening those collarbones, and release. Looking right into your belly button, head goes all the way heavy. Good. One more time, friends. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the eyes, big stretch. And release, now looking into the belly button, let your head be all the way heavy. And just pause here and take a big breath, filling up the back lungs. Good. And sit up nice and tall. Awesome. Now, friends, reach the arms all the way up and over. Interlace your fingers, except for pointing fingers. And arc gently the body from side to side. Right, so opening up the side spine. And you're just going to a place that feels comfortable, feels like a stretch. Yeah. And again, just taking it from side to side. Nice. And one more time, let's arc over to the right. Yeah. and arc over to the left. Nice. Good. Release your hands. Give them a little shake. Very good. Okay, twist, 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 twist. So you can take your right hand and you can hold on to the side of your chair, if that works. And then the left hand comes across the body over to the right knee. Now inhale and rise and climb up the spine. And exhale as you spin, belly, ribs, shoulders, eyes looking over the right shoulder. And you can gently just move the head a little bit back in space. You start to feel some opening through the neck and the chest. Keep breathing. Don't forget to breathe here. Good. Looking right over your shoulder. That's it. And release your twist. Let's try it on the other side. So left hand comes behind your left hip. Maybe it's holding onto your chair. All right. Reach across the body with the right hand. Good. Now, friends, inhale, rise and climb up your spine. And exhale as you spin, belly, ribs, shoulders, eyes, and looking over the left shoulder. See if you can soften the shoulders onto the back. And again, you might gently lean that head back in space to feel a little bit of openness through the neck. Brilliant. And release. Awesome. Okay. Let's just do a little bit of neck release here. So you'll take your right hand and bring it all the way over to the left ear. Yeah. And then gently guide right ear to right shoulder. Now you're not pushing or pulling on the head, just trying to create spaciousness through the left side neck. So just emphasize releasing that shoulder down. Very good. And just take some nice big deep breaths there. And if it feels okay in your neck and shoulders, release the chin down to the chest. Good. Right ear, right shoulder. And friends, lift your eyes up to the light. Brilliant. Right ear, right shoulder. And release the right hand. Nice. And again, you might be holding on to the right side of your chair as the left hand comes all the way up and over to right ear, gently guiding left ear to left shoulder. And again, just feel like you can release and soften down through the right side neck. Breathe here, allowing the neck to soften. Good. If it feels okay in your body, gently release the chin down to the chest. Good. And left ear, left shoulder. Perfect. And now lift your eyes up to the light. Beautiful. Left ear, left shoulder. And release your left hand. Perfect. Now, friends, take a few shoulder rolls. And again, this is something so easy that you can do just to release stress from the neck and shoulders and get that circulation moving through the body again. All right. So now we've got the spine opened up a little bit. Let's take a moment to consider our minds. So let me paint a little picture for you. I doubt you've ever been there, totally made up scenario, right? We'll just use it for an example. Pretend or imagine that you get a really annoying email. Never happens, right? Something that really gets you feeling stressed, overwhelmed. And what we can do here, and the first thing to remember is that we want to create space. Space, space, space. So when you feel that overwhelm come up, maybe you're just overwhelmed with lots going on, lots of different things, or something in particular really, really revs you up. First thing to do is create space. So we've just created some space in the body. That's always a great place to start. But now it's about creating space in the mind, right? This is really critical because it helps us to respond thoughtfully rather than react in that moment, right? So we want to create the space to respond rather than react. All right, so this is where the breathing and the meditation comes in. And our greatest tool for creating that space is our breath. I know it sounds really simple. I forget about it all the time. That you actually have this thing called your breath that can really, really help. Our breath is the thread that weaves the mind and the body. Okay, so you can kind of like hijack your mind a little bit by really using your breath to help. All right, so we'll just practice and you can see what happens. So again, when you're creating, you want to create some space through the chest and through the lungs by sitting up nice and tall. And the key to creating space and beginning to manage those feelings of stress that are rising in the mind and rising in the body is to slow the breath down, right? That's how we hijack our nervous system to calm down. Okay. And generally, the idea is that you extend your exhale. So we'll just practice together for 3 times. So practice first, just taking a big, full, deep breath in and slowly and fully exhale. Make it a little slower all the way to the end of your breath. Try it again. Inhale, big, full, big, deep breath in. And then slowly, slowly, slowly exhale all the way to the end. One more time. Inhale, big, full, deep breath in. Slowly and completely exhale. Just come back to the natural rhythm of your breath. And friends, you might just gently close your eyes at this point and just follow your breath in your own mind. When we fill our whole awareness and attention with the breath, at first it gives us a little break from the overwhelm, from that terrible email, from the stress that you're feeling. So first, break time, and we do that with meditation. So we'll just take a moment here. Now that the nervous system is calmed down a tiny bit, see if you can fill your whole awareness with the journey of your breath as you follow it all the way in and all the way out. And if you find yourself getting distracted, that's okay, especially if you're stressed or overwhelmed or had something that was really annoying that happened. It's like a little scab in your mind and you want to pick it. So the discipline here is to just gently bring your awareness back. You want to fill your whole awareness just with the journey of your breath so you can take a critical break. Yeah. Stay with it, friends. Just a few more breaths. Keep bringing your awareness back to your breath as you follow it all the way in and all the way out. Good. Now inhale, take a big deep breath in. And exhale as you let it go. Try that again. Take a big deep breath in. And exhale, big breath out. Let it go. Good. And now, just for a second, notice how you feel. And you can imagine now just taking those few critical moments out when you are feeling really in a high stress, right? Highly annoyed state of mind. What we're trying to do is create space. So slow down that reactivity so that you can respond in a way that serves you best. Right? We always know that sort of feeling of like wanting to shoot back or, get back in there. And sometimes we don't necessarily have like a full 15 minutes to go and do our stretching and meditation before we respond. But you can always afford to take a full breath, right? To buy yourself a little bit of time, a tiny bit of time, just to slow down that space between stress and response, right? So slowing it right down so that you can choose your response carefully, right? And that's always like where we start to really use our mindfulness to be very powerful in our work lives and our personal lives, right? To be able to afford just a little bit more space so that, again, we can respond in a way that serves us best. All right. So, again, folks, remember that just to first recognize signs of feeling overwhelmed or stressed, right? When you really are feeling closed in, and you can feel that stress rising in the body. So you feel that tension in your chest, or maybe it's in your belly. You can already see my body language. It's like, oh, all right. So, first, creating space in the body and moving in any way that feels natural for you. And we've explored a few things here, but you will know your own best ways to create space in the body. Maybe it's going for a walk. Maybe it's putting on your favorite dance track. This is the benefits of working from home. So you can do that cool free dance. So creating that space and then remembering to take a little bit of time to create space in your mind, right? That's the release valve. And we do that. First tool is with our breath, right? Anytime that you begin to extend and slow down your exhale, tells your nervous system that we are not under threat, right? That we can take a little bit of space to consider, right? And again, to respond as well as we possibly can, right? And then that gives you, again, the space to do that. So, friends, whether it's an email, whether it's in a meeting, whether it's just January doing its most January thing that it ever Januaried, right? Please remember just to take a little bit of space to let some of that tension release in the body and in the mind so that you can respond well. All right, folks? Try and take a few moments out today just to practice, even if you're not feeling overwhelmed. The more we practice, the more that we have these tools at the ready. They're a little bit more sharpened for when we really, really need them. All right. So, friends, again, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day. You're doing such a good job. It's super January for you all. I know it's a big month for you guys. And I really look forward to seeing you next Thursday. We're talking about grit. We're talking about strength. We're talking about how to be confident in the body and really steady in the mind, especially when you need extra strength. All right. We'll see you next week. Take
Thank you
care.
so much, Elizabeth. That session this morning was just brilliant. And thank you everyone for logging in and joining us and taking some time out of your busy day. Remember, these sessions are being recorded, so you will be able to view them again on the Chartered Accountant's website when you might find yourself in a moment where you need them the most. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you next week for the last of our morning sessions. Thank you everyone for joining us.